Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our day 11 of TechMaestro 75 Days of Coding Challenge. Uh, I know today's questions were really hard. So, how many of you were actually did try the questions? How many of you were able to solve it? Let's see how many people have tuned in. I think very less number of people comparatively. Is it because the questions were pretty difficult, or what? What like busy Sunday? Hi, Prashant. How you doing? Okay, let's get started in that case without any further delay. So, again, I'll say questions today were definitely difficult, and I'll give leeway to for everyone for one questions. The first question that we have, which is basically max value of equation. Give you free. I'll give that away free of cost, but not for the second one because we have already discussed the second one. So yeah. Hi Sandeep, hi Surbi, hi Arvind, hi Akash. How are you all doing? Okay, let's get started in that case. Let me start sharing my screen. Okay, so the first question that we have for today is max value of equation. So the question is basically you have been given points 2D points points in 2D planes you can say, or 2D points. 2D plane क्या होता है, where we have x and y, two x's are there, so it becomes 2D plane, right? And you have been given points in that 2D plane. What you need to do is you need to maximize this equation: yi plus yj plus xi minus xj. This is the given equation, and apart from this you are also given an integer k. This integer k basically is this gap xi minus xj. This has to be within k. So yeah, this is the question. uh, I think from what I know in the community, I think nobody actually solved it, but I'll just ask it here: how many of you were able to solve this question? In the meantime, let's discuss the brute force. So I think brute force is easy, right? Brute force should not be difficult. Sandeep, done. That's good. That's great, man. So would be did using hints. Hint, if even if you are able to do it with hints, not the solution, just hints, then it's good. Okay, how to saying can't understand, brother. Okay, I'll repeat the question one more time. You have been given an equation. Equation given is, if you see, return the maximum value of equation yi and yj. These are the 2 points. Like you have to pick 2 points in a 2D plane, and you have to maximize this equation: yi plus yj, the yth part of both, adding that, plus xi minus xj. The difference between x and position is something that you need to add into this equation, and the condition given is xi minus xj should be within k. So this is the only condition given. So this is the question. You have to maximize this. There is not much in the question. I hope the question is clear to everyone. Is there anyone who does not understand the question part of it? Because if question is not clear, then you'll not be able to solve this or even understand it. Sandeep, don't. I think this is very important observation that you already wrote here, but yes. So we'll come to that. Before that, let's try to discuss brute force. So the brute force solution of this is, for every I and for every j, try to see if it fits the uh, check, or if it fits the bill, the difference between xi and xj fits the bill. If it does, then try to maximize the result. That's it. So what will be the time complexity of this brute force solution? What will be the time complexity of this solution? Come on, guys. Correct. Akash, Surbi, correct. That's correct, Sandeep. So everyone at least should be able to answer the time complexity part here. Okay, now let's see the observation. How can we see it? So we have given this xy. This is the first line basically represent the equation, and we also know that the array is sorted. In the problem itself, it is given the array is sorted by x values, right? So since array is sorted, we know that xi minus xj or xi minus xj is always negative or zero, right? So what I did is, what we can rearrange this into is, since this is negative, नेगेटिव का मोड क्या होता है, -1 से मल्टीप्लाई हो जाता है. आई होप दिस मैथमेटिकल पार्ट इज क्लियर दैट if you multiply, if it is negative, you the modulus will return positive number, which is actually xi minus xj. Effectively this is xj minus xi instead of xi minus xj, right? Since this is modulus. Now if I rearrange that, which is like xi plus yi plus yj plus xj minus xi, वो है. So yi minus xi and yj plus xj for any point addition between this, we have this value. Or the second thing is like, it can be minus of xi minus yi. It's up to you, whichever you want to take. Now what you need to do is, if you maximize the first part, xi minus x yi minus xi for any number, you'll have the best result. And you also need to figure out that it follows the rule, which is like xi minus xj is within k. That is something that we also need. So what happens is कि for every xi we know कि up to a limit ही एक value होगी xj की, right? So we know कि एक window है, and now we need to just and this window will slide for every number, right? Is this clear? Like, first of all, the first a and b points written here, is the mathematical equation clear to everyone? This is a little difficult part, so that is why I just want to know that is it clear to everyone or not. So whoever is there on the call today, how to, and Sandeep, Surbi, Akash, is the mathematical part clear? Arvind, Prashant, and rest of the people who are also there. Okay. So if it is not clear, let me know, because this is something that is really important. This is the only observation that you need to make, and this is going to be the basis of the best solution. So Asad is asking, this is my first video, I've not seen previous videos, should I continue this video? You can. So the first question is not related to the previous questions, but the second question is somewhat related to the previous question. So yes, you should continue, because I'll cover that in there as well. So I have written proper notes for that as well. So for Akash, I'll try to explain it one more time, and for Arvind as well. So this is the first equation: xi plus xj plus, sorry, yi plus yj plus xi minus xj ka mode. These two straight lines basically represent mode in maths. I hope you got it. I hope you know this. And if mode basically is uh, mode of 1 is 1 and mode of minus 1 is 1, basically this thing remains positive all the time, absolute. This is the absolute part, right? So this is what it is. Now we know ki xj is always greater than xi. Why? Because the array is sorted. Since this is already greater, what it means is, what it effectively means is कि this is always going to be xj minus xi, not xi minus xj. ठीक है, क्योंकि xj is greater than xi, since xj is greater than xi, sorry, then if I this overall value will be negative xi minus xj, क्योंकि ये बड़ा है, ये value negative number is bigger than the positive number, so the value will be overall the value will be negative. So to make it positive, it becomes it gets multiplied by -1. So basically xi minus xj is the xj minus xi is the effective equation here. All I did is just rearranged that. सो एक्स और वाई को सेम जे को एक साथ कर दिया और आई को एक साथ कर दिया. दैट्स इट. जस्ट डोंट लुक एट द बी पार्ट, दैट विल कंफ्यूज यू. Is this clear? The first equation, mathematical equation. A quick yes and no. Especially Arvind and Akash. Is the first part clear? Okay. Now, since this is clear, what we can say is, ये तो हमें पता ही है, xj plus xi. If we pick this, yi minus yj xi, we need to maximize xj plus yj. ये मैक्सिमाइज करना है. लाइक इसको मैक्सिमाइज कर लो या इसको मैक्सिमाइज कर लो, एक को फिक्स कर दो, दूसरे को मैक्सिमाइज कर लो, अपने आप इक्वेशन मैक्सिमाइज हो जाएगी. राइट. नाउ व्हाट इट मींस इज कि मुझे इस x के लिए, इस 1 3 के लिए जहां तक मैं जा सकता हूं, सिंस सॉर्टेड है अरे, आई नो अप टू अ लिमिट जाऊंगा, उसके बाद कभी दोबारा एक इस क्राइटेरिया में आएगा ही नहीं. द डिफरेंस विल नेवर बी विद इन के. राइट, सिंस दिस इज ऑलरेडी सॉर्टेड. सो इन दैट केस आई नो कि 1 के लिए मैं सिर्फ 2 तक जा सकता हूँ. 5 का डिफरेंस 4 हो गया, 6 का भी ज्यादा ही होगा. राइट. तो आई कैन गो अप टू अ लिमिट. दिस इज द सेकेंड ऑब्जर्वेशन. इज दिस ऑब्जर्वेशन क्लियर? दैट फॉर एवरी आई कैन गो टू a limit to a j. So it becomes a window, and that window is changing here. Now what you need to do is, in that window you have to maximize this xi xj plus yj. Right. So basically this question breaks down into sliding window maximum. Is this breakage clear, like reaching to sliding window maximum? Is this part clear? A quick yes and no, guys. Everyone, like not just Akash. Arvind, is this part clear? Surbi, that's good. So since this is going to happen, so now we break it into sliding window maximum. One point, we will be covering sliding window maximum in the future because it's a DQ problem. But I'll give you a very high level overview. What we do is, we use a data structure DQ. DQ is basically doubly ended queue. For those who are new, this you don't have to worry about this at the moment. We'll cover this in future as well. But for everyone else who wants to know, so what happens is, what we do is, we basically try to maintain incremental order maximum निकालने के लिए, sorry, decremental order. So we have to find maximum within a window. We try to maintain a decremental order. And I think this is where I'll stop today, because it will confuse a lot of people. And for those who wants to know, I will share a very good article on sliding window maximum with you. And if you already know sliding window maximum, then it becomes easier. So Akash, Surbi, Sandeep, like, is this clear to you? And new people or people who are doing it for the first time, Muthu, how to, and other like beginners, it's okay. We will cover this in actual details in future videos, definitely. So I'll skip this for now. Is this clear? Like sliding window में maximum करना है, equation part and all. So is the observation clear? A quick yes and no. because we'll be going to the next question now. Yeah, it's not super difficult, but it's difficult for people who does not understand these things. Sliding window. Sandeep is saying we can actually use priority queue as well. That is also a solution, but this is the most optimal solution. Sliding window maximum may you can actually use priority queue, but DQ is the most optimal solution. Priority queue gives you n log n solution. Okay, let's move to the second question, and this is something that everyone should have done. Who like the question states you have to find or you have to design a data structure that gives you insert, delete, and get random all in O1. Now, the added difficulty from the last question that we did is now duplicates are also allowed. Okay. How many of you were able to solve this question? And how many of you were not able to solve this question? A quick yes or no. Guys, quick yes or no of how many of you were able to solve this. Come on. I literally did so I did shifting everything just to take this class, and you guys should be basically a bit, attentive and like give some to that. Okay, that is correct, Sandeep. This is how we'll do it. But let's see. Now observation देखते हैं क्या क्या है. So we need get random. So if we need get random, we definitely need to maintain a list or a randomized order array kind of thing. And get random can easily be done by maintaining everything in a list and randomly generate kya and just throw that number, right? Then second part is insert. Insert can also be done very easily in a list, in a map, in a set. Everything in all these data structure supports O1 insertion. Now the deletion part. How to do deletion without shifting in OF1? To people who already watched and knew, like, how do you do deletion here? Deletion is the catch here, right? How do you do deletion without shifting? That's correct, Sandeep. I want everyone to answer this at least. There are only 8 9 people today, so I want everyone to answer this one. That's correct, Akash. So how do we do deletion? Is by swapping it with the last index. So basically current element उठाया, लिस्ट से सेकंड लास्ट एलिमेंट उठाया एंड स्वैप कर दिया एंड लास्ट डिलीट कर दिया. बिकॉज why are we doing this? Because the biggest problem in doing deletion from the middle is shifting. वरना if since this is an array, you'll lead to memory segmentation, तो उसके लिए shift करना पड़ता है deletion में, right? So we cannot afford that. That will give us on time complexity. That is why if we have to do deletion, we'll have to do like we have to swap it with the last and then delete, right? Now one more thing is if we have to do it, we have to update the index of the last element. Now since duplicates are allowed, basically one number can have multiple indexes, right? Map पे क्या रखेंगे, like what is stored in the map? Now that is the next question. What do we like, what is the structure of the map and what do you store in the map? What is the key, what is the value? Keeping everything in mind that we have discussed, like insertion, deletion, duplication, get random, keeping everything in mind, how do you, or in fact like deletion only and duplication, keeping these two in mind, what will be the key and value in the map? That is correct, Sandeep. I want everyone to answer this. It's like there are not so many people, so it's very easy for me to manage a smaller class. Akash, Surbi, what will you store in the map? You guys have solved this as well, so you should be able to answer this very easily. So in the map, what we store is integer to set of integer. Integer first key is, since we have to search for a value. So the value is the integer key in the map, and then in the set we store indexes. Because indexes, even if the value repeats, indexes are not going to repeat, right? Now we can keep an array as well. We can keep a set. Sorry, that is weird. We can keep a array and set, but the problem here is, here if you remember, we have to update the index of the last in the map. इसका मतलब क्या है कि इनिशियल जहां पे पड़ा था वहां से हटा के नए वाले इंडेक्स पे डालना है, indexes change करने हैं, right? So that is why we keep set, because it gives us deletion, it gives us insertion, and it gives us searching all in O1. That is why we have map of integer to set of key integer, and array तो है ही हमारा. That's it. That's all we need, and you will be able to do everything that you need. Is this clear to everyone? Like, is there anyone who does not understand this? I actually did not add any code today, but just for us, uh, I don't have code right now. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I had. Any question in anything? Yes, there is always a bit of a lag. So from what I say and what the comments are, like there is a lag. So I generally wait for 20 to 30 seconds. The lag is actually very high. So it's very hard for me to manage. Although, like, since this is day 11, I've managed. I know I can manage it now. So yes, Akash, there is a lag. So is it clear to everyone? Second question, especially the new folks. So yeah, so I think that's about it. These are the two questions. One of it was actually difficult, and just needed some, like, it was a brainer question. Not you can say it wasn't super difficult, but it was a brainer question. But this question should have been solved by everyone. So Asad, it's okay if even if it is your first time, but I explained the second question end to end. It might not have, like, I might have assumed that you already know it, and it would have taken you, you can say, uh, like, it would have been much easier. That I agree, but I tried to explain it end to end, and probably this is a good feedback for me. I'll take it directly, is try to explain questions in a way that the person is joining for the first time. So I will do it. So Sandeep is saying, when I was solving without the duplicates, there when I am not updating the index of the element, which is, it should be incorrect. Like it should fail, because you will end up in the wrong situation. So yes, so it has to be updated, because that will give you wrong answer. I don't know. Lead code should not accept that. There might be a missing test case in that case. But if you don't update the index of the last element, that means in the map, that means you are solving it incorrectly. That will lead to incorrect positions. Deleted one index. You ah acha, got it. So you have to delete it from the map. You have to delete it from the map so that the size of the map reduces. Yeah, that is what I'm saying. What you do is you go to end, you update it, update the index of end element with this in the map, and then you delete that element from the map as well, and you reduce the size. That's it. That's all you do. Nothing else you need to do. There might have been some other thing. Probably we can take this offline, Sandeep. We can discuss this. It might have something to do with your code. I'll probably like to take a look at it, and we can discuss it, how, what and how part of it. So I think that's about it for today. I actually am very tired because of how shifting this and that, and I really like made sure that I shift according to this live session. This was the biggest priority. So guys, do join the live session every day. Share it with the people who did not join, who join every day, if you know, because this is something that will help you learn every single day. So yeah, that's all I'll say. I'll not push it. But again, thank you so much. If you have not, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down your questions, queries, and anything. I'll definitely answer that. See you tomorrow. And I think tomorrow onwards we'll be starting. Just give me a sec. Let me take a look at the sheet. So yeah, tomorrows are also difficult ones, but in a while, after a day or two, like you'll be in a much better state, especially the newer ones. So medium questions he ekal, like they're not super difficult. So new topic. So I hope you guys are also excited. Again, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.